Hi.
Hi.
我今天早上起晚了，头疼吧？
I really love watching A Lonely Love. I thought this was a really great story with so much raw, honest emotion. The actors were fantastic. I was blown away by their performances. They were good in such a quiet way. And the direction was amazing as well. I loved all the close-ups that we got when they were talking. They really spoke well to the intimate nature of their conversations, and they did a good job of pulling back and giving us those wider shots when it was appropriate. And that ending was perfect with the black screen. I love that. Overall, I
I
really
think A
love this
Lonely
piece.
Love was really beautiful and so complex and also incredibly well acted. The actors were incredible because they were approaching some heavy material. This idea of being in a new country and not really sure if you want to stay in this new country because of the parameters that it kind of sets for you of constantly um, not really being able to rest and figure out your relationship and always being at work and having a language barrier and all of that and all of this stuff not making these individuals not only lonely within their relationship and feeling kind of a separation between each other, but lonely in their environment. Like there's not really anyone for them to turn to and ask for advice or help them out in any way. I think I said before the actors really embodied this message in such a subtle way and really pushed the story forward and added so much to it. And it was just, a really thought provoking and just a really lovely piece to watch overall.
This was such a cool story, and both of the actors did such an amazing job. You just felt like you were witnessing these private moments between these two people, and that was really, really cool. I think that I loved the way that this was shot and where it was shot, the use of colors, what they did with the string lights in places, and also kind of how they made all of the colors pop. The story in and of itself, I thought, was very heartfelt and heartwarming. I really was rooting for the gentleman. The characterizations, what they did, everybody did such a great job in making their characters so believable that, yeah, I thought that this was superb.
I really like The Lonely Love. The production design and the cinematography really used the space to the max and really made the most out of a small scale story. You know what I'm saying? And that was really impressive. Also, um, the emotion. Y'all packed a lot of emotion into 6 minutes, which is not easy. And I want to commend you the writing and directing on that, and also the acting. Yeah, they carried it. So overall, really good
Was
job.
really fantastic. I thought that the cinematography was incredible. The coloring and the lighting and the set design, I think all worked really well. The actors, though, wow, what a beautiful performance from both of them. Very complex, very layered, very nuanced material that they had to work with. And I think that they did such a great job of really embodying it, but it wasn't overacted. It wasn't over the top. It felt very intimate. And I think, the scene where they're in the room working, massaging the clients, having that very intimate conversation in an intimate setting while there's people in front of them, just it really feels like we're being let in on this secret. And I think it really does a great job of letting us feel like we're in on it and just creating that environment for us as the audience. So I thought this was really, really well done and dealing with some really complicated life situations, and I thought it was handled really well. Great job.
I felt that we got to see an environment that we're not often exposed to on camera, and the patrons were not even a factor, which I enjoyed. It was 100% about these two individuals and their feelings for one another and their stories as immigrants. And I think that they shared a sentiment that many of us feel when we're entering into a new relationship, which is that we are not sure if we can trust this person to care for us in the way that we need to be cared for. And we also have apprehension about whether or not they will accept us fully for who we are and what we have to offer. And I think that that is something very universal that this film was able to share in a unique and interesting way.
I thought this one was a really endearing piece. What really stood out to me was the visual quality to it. Had this great sort of romanticized tone that was achieved through, the color and the lighting, and even the way things were framed, because it would have been really easy for this one to get stale quickly, being, just a talking head situation in one room. But they kept it just really engaging that way, and really that helped set or lent itself to the tone of the film in a really positive way. So yeah, overall, I recommend checking it out.
It's a wonderful, wonderful piece. I mean, it's, we don't often see, there's not a lot of good romantic pieces done, films, not a lot of romance is not done well a lot, So it's nice to see, a good, concise piece that really gives us the whole course of a relationship, And it's so multi-layered, the troubles of these characters. There's so much packed in here that they're having to deal with. They're expatriates from China, living in America and working. And then there's the question thrown out, well, do you want to leave America? And, so there's this whole thing. It's like, should we get married, or should I just leave you alone? Are we going to be together, or what have you? All against this backdrop of we have to work. We're talking in our native language in front of people who are just customers, unpacking all this difficult stuff, because this is when we have time to do it, there's so much difficulty that they're dealing with, the guy he really loves her, but then she's very, very troubled. But then they kind of come together at the end, we don't know exactly what's going to happen, but we want more, and that's great. We want to be left wanting more, But there is a nice sense of resolve that we think that they're probably going to make a go of it and have some success together. So that's a nice feeling too, I think. I love kind of the stark, lonely, it's called Lonely Love. So, she's alone by herself in front of the shop. You got the shop lights. You got kind of this disparate kind of urban setting with nobody around. It just really gives you this feeling of isolation and loneliness in the beginning. That really sets the mood, really sets the tone for what happens. So the two actors did just a wonderful job. They were just so believable and so real. They really had a sense of history about, what they were, performing and doing. The dialogue was great. The script was wonderful editing, pacing, very well directed, wonderfully shot. Again, especially love the beginning shot, the way that the look of it really set the tone. So great job here. I hope this goes places as well for you.